Won't you take me back to Tennessee?
The award-winning Tennessee WildCast is on the air with the latest info about hunting, fishing, boating, wildlife watching, and all things outdoors. This episode is brought to you by GSM Outdoors, whose vision is to preserve the sportsman's legacy, fuel innovation, and enable the next generation of outdoor enthusiasts. Think outside. That's where you'll find us. Now, make welcome your host, Jason Harmon.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Tennessee WildCast. We're glad you're tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We got an awesome show lined up for you today. It's all about R3, getting outside, getting outdoors, and enjoying it. But now we have Mr. Don King helping co-host.
That would be Recruitment, Retention, and Reactivation.
Good job,
the
Don.
R3. Hey, we got a radio station to shout out to here. WDEH, 800 AM. That is in Sweetwater, Tennessee. Your old stomping grounds, kind of close by there.
Right
anyway.
up the road.
But anyway, WDEH, we appreciate them, 7 a.m. to 7:30 on Saturday mornings. So we appreciate them, and as well as our other radio partners around the state.
Yes, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in to the podcast on YouTube, on Carbon TV. Get out there and like, share, comment, subscribe. Stay connected with us because we're bringing you great stuff every week.
And that's the best way to get your name in the hat for the drawings and the giveaways that we're doing this year.
Yeah, GSM Outdoors, a great sponsor this year, bringing guests, bringing gifts or giveaways, and
yeah,
it's cool stuff.
Stay
Lots
in
of stuff going on.
touch.
Hey, speaking of Sweetwater, man, they got great Sweetwater Valley cheese over there.
Ah.
If you've never heard of Sweetwater Valley cheese, go check it out. They got some good stuff. Give a plug there. Hey, we've got Mr. Daniel Musslewhite with us today, and he is our R3 coordinator. And we're going to dive into all things R3 today. But first, I want to mention the August 1st through the 3rd, duckexpo.com. Our friends at Ducks Unlimited have an expo going on in Memphis, Tennessee. That's duckexpo.com to find out all the details, but it's about $15 a day, free parking there at the Renaissance Convention Center, and over 240 vendors from ducks to dogs to boats to land to off-road. There's a lot of cool stuff going to be going on. There's a duck calling contest.
Something for everybody, kids especially, and man, $15. You can't even park in Nashville for $15.
You sure can.
That's
sad.
Free parking and the entrance to the event. That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you're in the Memphis area or want to take a trip, go take a trip. August 1st through the 3rd, and that's all presented by Purina Pro Plan. So that's cool. So go check it out. Daniel, thank you for coming.
No, thank you for having me.
It's been a little while since we've had you on.
Yeah, I think it's been right about a year. I've been on board for a year.
You've been, that's what I was going to say. How long have you been on with the agency now?
Right over a year. So a year and a few months. So really enjoying it. Loving Tennessee.
Yeah.
So it's cool to come to a different state and see diversity. You know, Tennessee has some of the best duck hunting in the West, some of the best trout fishing in the East, and it's cool to be in that kind of area.
Yeah, we always say we got it all from
Mountain
City to Memphis.
Yeah,
that's pretty much. Yeah.
But yeah, it is really cool the different opportunities across the state and how it changes as you move across. But yeah, welcome to God's country here.
Oh, yeah. I need to venture over to those trout streams a little bit more in the East. I need to get over there a little bit more.
Well, we talked with David last week, about some of the things he's got going on with fishing education, and maybe we should do some trout fishing classes.
I'm thinking there needs to be a trout fishing 101 class soon.
We're going to dive into some classes that you've got coming up and things that are going to be happening, so that's cool. We'll talk about that today, but remind folks what R3 is. Don touched on it. We hit on it, but your title, you're managing a lot of the R3 programs, things going on. So tell us a little bit about what R3 is. Remind folks out there.
Yeah, so R3 is recruit, retain, and reactivate hunters. Through society.
And fishermen.
And fishermen, and really just shooting sports and being in outdoors, really. Hunting is evolving. It's not dying. Everybody's thinking, hunting's a dying sport. No, it's just evolving. There's more people picking up bows and arrows and rifles that are women, people of color, and people in urban areas. And we're really developing these programs to get people outdoors and kind of more in touch with nature. It's really, hunting's not about the trophy anymore. It's more about, the connection to the land, to the to the animals and more of a sense of purpose.
Yeah. I was listening to a Seek One episode not long ago. Seek One, you can catch them on YouTube. We had Lee Ellis on our show not long ago talking about some deer hunting and stuff. But checking out one of their latest podcasts and talking about how turkey hunting, what it means to them, and how they're not out there just to kill the biggest bird and bushwhack them was one of the words they were using, but they want to interact with that bird. It's about being out there with it and experiencing the whole hunt, and then there is a harvest at the end, but it just means so much more to them in a certain way. It's not all about the big antlers or the kill. It's also about just enjoying the hunt and outdoors.
Yeah, that harvest part is such a small portion of the whole experience. Really the driving factor of this R3 is that community support system. When you go dove hunting or when you go hunting, it's I killed harvest this deer, but hey, tell me the story behind it. That's what you're going to kind of go with from there on out. Telling your story, and the story sometimes changes. I caught this fish, and then it gets this big. But that story is where it all happens.
And who you were with.
Yep, exactly. Sharing that with friends or family, or not everyone had their granddad or dad take them. I'm kind of an example of that. I grew up out in the middle of the backwoods, Montgomery, Alabama, and I'm the only person to hunt in my family. So I got a speeding ticket when I was 16, and Mom was like, "Hey, you got to get a job to pay for it." So I got a job at a sporting clays range. Worked there all through high school, off and on in college, and managed it full time while I looked for a job once I graduated Auburn. And that's kind of led me down to the path I'm here now. So you never know. I should maybe thank the guy that gave me a speeding ticket.
That's what I was going to say. You need get back in touch with him.
So it's cool to see everyone's journey into outdoorsman or outdoorswoman. We're lucky to be a part of that journey.
Well, speaking of outdoors woman, we're just coming off the heels of that event. We've been doing BOW for over 25 years, I think. With the agency.
Sure have.
We celebrated anniversary, 2 or 3 years ago for that program. But I think BOW has been going on much longer than that. But in Tennessee, 25 years or more plus of introducing women to the outdoors. But we just had our big event that we normally do in the summertime or around this time of year. Tell folks about how that went and what all happened there.
Yeah, it went great. I got a little scared when they canceled Bonnaroo. I was like, oh man, is this all about to be a washout? But the weather held off, and the ladies were great, rolling with the punches. It was a cool weekend.
There was no fighting. None. Rolling with the punches. So.
But we added some new classes that I think the ladies really, really liked. One class in particular that we added was fill to freezer. So how to process your deer. That's one of the most intimidating things about I harvested a deer. Man, now what do I do with it?
What's the next step?
What's the next step? Sometimes I don't even want to harvest this deer because I don't know what to do with it. So that's really just harvesting the deer. Fill to freezer is getting them in there, their hands dirty, letting them put hands on how to skin a deer, what part of meat is this, how to process their own game. So that was a super popular class.
That's a cool class because there's so many things you could do with that. I mean, from grinding to just keeping the meat whole, or making jerky, or canning meat. I mean, there's so many ways. That's not a freezer, but there's so many ways to get that meat preserved and put away for the year.
I'm thinking we maybe need to add a Dutch oven class afterwards, so you have little pie afterwards, a little dessert.
I'm liking that.
I'm a fat kid, so of course I think with my stomach.
Oh, you're 30 Husky as well.
When I grew up, I always thought Husky was a brand, and I found out it was a size.
I think I fell in that category too. But that's cool. So what other stuff happened at BOW? I know that you always have shooting and different courses, but what all?
So these ladies, they take anything from fly fishing to fishing skills to kayaking to canoeing to long distance shooting. We have a long distance range where we're at. Rifle, pistol class is one class we added. We just hired a guy for actually a manager at Stones River, Trey. Phenomenal instructor. And if you ever need anything, go out to our Stones River location. He's there. He'll teach you. Say, hey, you heard the podcast and I don't know how to use a pistol. He will teach you from A to Z.
I stopped by there to check out the range, get some photos, and man, he was showing me some stuff. I took my pistol with me and got some shots on the range, but he really improved my shot just in a few minutes.
And with the rain, we kind of took our ATV class and made it a side-by-side class, and I think we might stick with that. The ladies seem to really, really love the side-by-sides. And that's more what app they're probably going to buy anyways or ride around on. So I think we actually might keep the side by side.
That's cool. Yeah. It's always been ATVs, but the growing, the side by sides are coming on. Golf carts. I mean, all that stuff now is used for the outdoors.
Neat thing about that program too, the ladies when they sign up, they can pick the classes that they're most interested in.
Yep. They kind of give me a list of their top 10. They get 3 classes. So I try to give them at least their top 2 of the 3. But usually they always have fun, and no matter what they are. And it's such a great, program for the instructors. The ladies want to be there. They want to learn. So it makes, as an instructor, a lot easier to instruct because they want to be there.
Yeah.
They make it fun and interactive.
We'll touch on the instructors a little bit. I know in the past we've had a lot of volunteers. Did you have many volunteers from outside organizations or mainly agency folks?
So it is a little bit of a mix. Actually, one of our most popular classes, our Wild Edibles class, Ms. Wendy. She teaches it. It's crazy popular. But there's a mix. A lot of volunteers. If you ever want to help or assist, shoot me an email. Be more than happy to put you to work. We could always use more hands, but we have mix between agency and volunteer staff.
Cool. Yeah. Reach out, ask.twra@tn.gov is a good way to check in with the agency, and we'll get you in touch with Daniel if you want to volunteer for those kinds of things. So in the future, not only BOW weekend or whatever they call it, the workshop.
Yep.
You've got the more in-depth classes too.
Yeah, so we have some hunts going on. So, after you come to this workshop, and it's not a prereq or anything, but some other opportunities we like to call beyond BOW. We have a BOW dove hunt, which is September 6th.
Okay.
I think it's going to be opening weekend.
September 1 is always open.
Is it always weekend?
Yeah.
Labor Day? That's
Noon,
right.
yeah.
All right, we'll give them the second weekend. So that opening day for us, September 6th, we'll have a dove hunt. So what they'll do is they'll come out maybe a couple weeks before, and they'll learn hands-on how to mount a gun, how to shoot a shotgun, how to identify a dove. Really kind of management for dove. So we'll go through all that kind of workshop, and then that kind of leads up to the dove hunt that we'll have September 6th. Then the big one is the deer hunt, and that is, I got it right here, November 14th through 16th. Same kind of concept. We'll have a pre-hunt workshop where they'll come in, learn how to scout, learn how to set up the blinds, where to set up the blinds, kind of really things we kind of take advantage of and not really think about. So it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, that's cool. And that's a muzzleloader hunt normally?
No, it's a rifle hunt.
Okay, rifle.
Yeah, so we changed it to a muzzleloader a couple years ago to a rifle hunt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's always a fun event. I've been into a couple of those, filmed a couple of those hunts. It's really cool.
Hey, just FYI, that is the first Saturday after opening day of dove season. So
that's what I thought.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's September 1 opener on Monday. So it's tough to do.
It is the first Saturday.
Yeah.
First Saturday of the season. Dove season always opens September 1 at noon here in Tennessee. So, cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I look forward to those events. They're always fun. The ladies have a good time. They learn a little bit something, and get introduced to a different activity.
Yeah, and
they've never done.
And it's cool because some of it is the women teaching women and just building that community of like-minded people and being around other women that do the same thing that I want to get into.
Yeah.
So it's a good building support structure.
And through this, I know there's been other groups formed, like Outdoor Women of Nashville is a big group here in this area. But and we've had Kate on before to talk about that program. But you can join groups like that and get involved and continue your journey. And that little bit of R3 happening there too.
Yeah, they're I see posts from them all the time. They're going kayaking somewhere, or they take a trip out west. So it's a great group to kind of dive into, to kind of continue that journey.
Yeah,
and there's no egos there. It's everybody. Everybody's learning or just excited to hang out with some other ladies that have like-minded interests.
Yep,
so
exactly.
That's cool. Very cool. So outside of BOW, you had a few things you wanted to share today, but what's going on with some introduction classes, 101 classes I think you're starting to do, and then some family days on the range. A lot of firearm stuff happening.
Yeah, so what we've kind of done is kind of taken the BOW concept is, I always get ladies come coming to me. He's like, "Hey, can my husband come to something like this?"
Because I know more than he knows.
Pretty much. So what we're going to kind of launch this fall and go leading into spring is going to be a BOW concept for everyone, for the family. What we're going to do is we're going to host them at our ranges. So it'll be really at our John Sevier range in Knoxville, Stones here in Nashville, and Bartlett was our three of our top 3 tiers ranges.
Those all have classrooms and places you can get in the dry and if it's raining or whatever. But good facilities to have classes.
Exactly. So we're going to do that. We're going to kind of keep it shooting sports related. So they'll be able to pick from archery, rifle, shotgun, and pistol. And that really, one thing that kind of goes into the Firearms 101 too, is really kind of breaking that barrier down for our ranges. It can be kind of intimidating to go to a range your first time and not really knowing the procedures or anything like that. So any barrier we can break down for people to gain access to that, more the merrier.
Yeah. So it's like an intro to ranges, intro to firearms if you're not familiar.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So the intro to firearms classes, these are going to be hands-on classes. We're going to have them at our staff ranges for right now. And those are probably launched probably this fall.
Okay.
So what we'll do is this works on marksmanship, safe gun handling, firearm safety, all in a low stress environment. So we'll have an instructor. You'll have an instructor with you. Everything's provided, all the ammo. If you want to bring your own gun that you might not know how to handle, hey, break that out at the end of the session, and we'll teach you how to use that.
Bring your ammo though, because we may not have that for you.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta bring on your
if you're bringing your own gun,
bring your own ammo. But that just kind of breaks that barrier down for people to use the range. We always want to promote our own ranges.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that's awesome. And to get the families out there, do you think there'll be like an age limit on the younger side, or when you say family?
Yeah, probably be an age limit of 16 years and older.
Okay.
For that aspect. Then we're also going to probably have some broader days that actually includes youth also.
Yeah. Find some
middle ground.
Get the BB gun trailers out or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Get some pellet guns out.
Yeah. That'd be fun for the kids. Well, that's cool. And so all these events that we're talking about and things that are coming down the pike, gooutdoorstennessee.com. That's where our events page is. If you go to tnwildlife.org, there's also events button there. So it all goes to the same place. But stay up to date with our events, the things that are happening. That's the way you can sign up through that platform. So very cool, very cool. So 101, the Firearms 101, the BOW stuff, and then there's some learn to hunt things going on now that are happening. Even with the Federation hosts some learn to hunt things, but we're going to start doing some more of these things on our WMAs, right?
Yep, we are. So one thing we want to do is learn to hunt programs. This is kind of be tailored into a bigger picture for an adult mentored hunt program. So these learn to hunt workshops are not necessarily species specific, but more of how do I hunt public land? Another intimidating factor, just like our public ranges.
Like where do I park? How do I get? It's like those are always kind of funny for me.
Yeah,
basic stuff. Yeah,
basic stuff that we kind of take for granted and we don't really think about. But really, we want to be able to host these people on our WMAs, learn how to use the WMA, and be able to replicate that the next day without us. Just kind of break that barrier down. So these learn hunt workshops are going to teach them, how to scout, how to set up stands, laws and regs. We'll go through processing. We'll go through scouting on aerial maps. So it'll be a fun-filled day.
Neat.
And then, of course, we'll shoot.
Okay.
I mean,
of course.
can't go wrong with burning some gunpowder. So we'll teach them firearm safety, how to even walk through the woods with a firearm.
Yeah. So that's cool. Well, did you speak about the hunter education side of things too? Are you putting on hunter education classes in part with this, or?
So this is kind of separate from a hunter education. It's honestly that's what it is. It's kind of a
next step.
Yeah, kind of a next step from hunter education. A different kind of light.
So you need to be hunter ed certified, obviously, for hunting in Tennessee, and so check that out online as well. But those different elements are part of getting prepared and getting out there.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, awesome. Well, what else do you want to cover today, Daniel? I know you had a list there, but outside of the 101 classes, the highlighting the BOW, and anything else you want to touch on today?
I don't know. What do y'all want to touch on?
Well, last week we had David in, and he was touching on some of the fishing stuff, and I know you're heavily involved into that, and the new boating stuff as well. How boating is, now online. Take that course. And,
can take that online.
That's all R3 too. I mean, the fishing side, the boating side, being prepared to be out there in the outdoors, in the elements, on the water, whatever you're doing. It's all those things fall into R3.
Yeah, absolutely. You really don't know how, your ripple effect really kind of goes. I might be able to it might start with anything else. Hey, let me go buy a boat. Well, hey, I don't want to do a little bit more than that. All my family's here. Let's get some fishing poles. Kind of evolves into a monster of its own. So anything we can do to promote that and just really just get people outdoors, whether it's taking a hike and birding or going to watch people at the lake fish. So anything we can spark someone's interest to get outdoors.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate what David's doing with those trailers. He's got the fishing trailers and popping up those classes and things, where folks can.
Now there's a trailer in each region too, besides the one here. So the one that he has. So
you can sign up for those events, right?
Yeah. And you go to our events page, like you mentioned earlier, and there'll be a whole list of our Fishing 101 events. And like I said, we'll have everything there for you. Just bring your good attitude and hopefully reel all the fish in.
and he was mentioning how he's looking for opportunities to get out there. So if you've got an event that you want to have him come out and share how to fish, that's
absolutely.
You can book him that way and things like that. But I think that's like the entry level to the outdoors. It's easy to fish.
Yeah,
it's one of those easy sports to.
And you can pretty much almost do it anywhere. Every city or urban area kind of has a pond.
Yep.
And that's kind of more of a family focus. So you kind of see that family support group. A lot of people want to go fish. And see their kids catch fish.
Yep.
Well, then their wife gets involved, and you get back involved, and that kind of comes back into the reactivation side of things. That's part of the reason why we do a lot of these youth dove hunts. You kind of get into that mode where you've lapsed as a hunter. All right, well, now I have a little one, and I want him to dove hunt. Well, man, I need to get back into this. I need to buy a new gun. He needs to buy a new gun. Kind of snowballs.
Well, I've got kids of my own, teenager and 11, but, they want to do some of these things. And it's funny that I look back and I'm thinking, man, I've gotten away from a lot of this. I don't fish as much as I used to because, I work in the wildlife, but I don't find time to go. And that's sad, So even for me, I find myself having to teach myself and relearn some of these things. And I can't even find fishing line in my garage anymore. It's like, so it's like, having these family events and creating opportunities for them to get out there and kind of jumpstart them, and
exactly.
It's a challenge just with today's.
And then a lot of times, I think the kids are the spark that gets you back out there. You know, once hey, Dad, that was a lot of fun. Let's go do that again, or or Mom, because I think like Daniel was saying, a lot of times the family goes out fishing, and then that's something that hey, if Mom doesn't have to go to work during the day, if she's a domestic engineer at home, and looking for something to do with the kids, that's something she can,
cheap babysitter.
Exactly. She can go out there and keep them busy all afternoon or morning,
Yeah, exactly. And it's so cool to see I keep on going back to that ripple effect. I was actually just read an email this morning that from our BOW program, some lady went out and bought a skeet thrower and a Benelli shotgun. So,
wow.
So it's cool to see the ripple effect on our end and see someone's journey and as they advanced in that journey. So that's what I always like to harp about.
So that's a success with the.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, I'd say so.
Out there spending some dollars and.
A week after you shot sporting clays.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you offered that as well. I mean, it's crazy the different classes that you have and how much fun it can be. I love shooting sporting clays.
No, me too. I love sporting clays, so I'm all about that.
Yeah, and we talk a lot about hunting and fishing, but the shooting sports is a big thing here in Tennessee, and it continues to grow, and it's probably one of the leading programs that people want to get involved in these days.
Yeah, shooting sports is the fastest growing segment of all sports, really.
Okay.
Women, actually here in Tennessee, we actually out-recruit women in the Southeast by 21.2% is our recruitment of women. And that is actually the fastest growing segment of the outdoor industry is women. So it's cool to see them. I kind of lost my.
Yeah, I mean, it's just cool to see them get into it, and I think, well, talking about families, those moms. Yeah, let's just face it, the moms are the ones that tell us what we're going to do, right?
Set the schedule.
If they want to go, then those kids are going to go, and the families are going to go. But if they want to do their thing, they're going to be at BOW. So, yeah, I mean, I can see that. I can see those facts, those numbers.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
hey, and speaking of sporting clays, that's a coming attraction here at the Nashville range, right?
Yep. So they're actually out there building a 5-stand along with a more elaborate steel challenge course. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll be open this fall. So we'll see. Yeah. So Trey's leading that up. Also, great instructor if you want to go see him again.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, our ranges offer a lot, and we probably don't push them enough. But especially out here at Stones, shooting those. What do they call them? The spin targets, the steel challenge. Yeah, it's so much fun.
Yeah,
it's so much fun.
Yeah,
and, just get out there and do it.
See, one big thing is all those people at the ranges are paying for wildlife conservation, whether they know it or not.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't know it, and that's primarily how we're funded is through hunting license sales, and the sales of ammunition and firearms through Pittman Robertson Act money is that excise tax built in there. And every time they pull the trigger, that's more money going to conservation. And it's really our job as an agency to tell them why. So every time they pull that trigger, they're contributing to those conservations.
Right.
Definitely. Well, Daniel, I appreciate you being with us today. I wanted to touch on a few things here. Unless do you have anything else?
No, man. Thank
you. So coming up, and I had it pulled up earlier, and now I don't have it in front. Oh, there we do. So the WMA quota hunt application period is open right now. So I just wanted to remind folks that if you want to get your name in the hat for one of the WMAs to hunt one of the quota hunts this year, now is the time to do that. The application period runs through July 23rd. GoOutdoorsTennessee.com is where you apply for those. It's also where you buy your license. Also, right now, the Wild Turkey Observation Survey is happening. It runs through August 31st. We want to know if you're seeing turkeys. So it's a way for the public to engage and help count birds across the state. So engage with that, tnwildlife.org. There's a button on the homepage, and that'll take you right where you need to go to get all the details. You can download a little app, or there's different ways to submit the number of birds you see, and they want to know poults, they want to know hens, they want to know different sizes, different ages. So it's cool. It's a cool little thing to get involved, and you can involve your kids. What'd you see today? So anyway, I think it's fun. Daniel, thank you. We've got a lot going on.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah.
It's a good time of year right now. Get out and enjoy it. Fish, hunt. Make sure you're Boater Ed certified, Hunter Ed certified, got your license, and just have fun out there.
Thank you.
This is Tennessee WildCast. Thank you for watching, for listening. Come back and see us next time.
Stay connected with TWRA by visiting our website at tnwildlife.org. And follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram. You can invest in Tennessee's wildlife future by purchasing a license at GoOutdoorsTennessee.com. That's GoOutdoorsTennessee.com.